Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of Sports Intro Podcast. Of course, as you can see on your screen, I've changed my logo. I want to go ahead and say that this episode is being recorded outside. So, excuse me. So, if you hear any background noise, that is why. I have more to talk about than normal, so let's go ahead and get right into that. In the NBA, Draymond Green was suspended versus the Hawks for not passing Kevin Durant the ball versus the Clippers. Colin Sexton scores career-high 24 points versus the Celtics. LeBron James becomes the NBA's fifth all-time leading scorer versus the Nuggets. Carmelo Anthony and the Houston Rockets part ways. And Houston has 19.9% more likely to make the playoffs with Carmelo Anthony gone. Excuse me. There's going to be the college football games going on this weekend. I have predictions for them as well. 25 Boise State will play New Mexico. My prediction is that Boise State wins 38-24. Alabama will play Citadel, number 1 Alabama. I think they win 65-17. Of course, they always put in their backups and even their third string in blowout games. 13 Florida will play Idaho. Florida should win 48-10. 21 Mississippi State versus Arkansas. I predict Mississippi State will win 35-21. 22 Northwestern, a 4-loss team, will play Minnesota. I predict they win 27-17 to win the Big Ten West. Or at least I think that's what they're going for, right? Anyway, 14 Penn State will play the Rutgers. My prediction, Penn State wins by 55-7. So that would be, minus 10. That'd be 45 plus 3, be 48. So I think Penn State wins this one by 48. 17, Kentucky will play Middle Tennessee State after losing to Tennessee. My prediction is it's a close one. Kentucky wins 17-14. 10, Ohio State play Maryland. I think Ohio State wins 41-17. 19, Utah play Colorado. I think Utah wins 30-21 to hand Colorado yet another loss. 23, Utah State play Colorado State. I think Utah State wins 41-3. And the upcoming game is indeed an upset. So I will play the upset music. I think 12 Syracuse beats 3 Notre Dame 35-34. Excuse me. 9 West Virginia play Oklahoma State. And I think West Virginia wins 38-31. 20 Boston College with Florida State. I think Boston College wins 28-7. 5 Georgia play UMass. And I think they win. I think they beat UMass 56-10. 4 Michigan play Indiana. They have a 22-game winning streak against them. They have not lost since 1987. And I think that continues and becomes a 23-game winning streak, 38-7. 18 Washington will play Oregon State. I think Washington wins 48-13. 2 Clemson will play Duke. I think Clemson wins 41-24. 7 LSU will play Rice. And this one, I think LSU gets a 51-point win, 54-23. 6 Oklahoma play Kansas. I think Oklahoma wins 63-10. And here's my game of the day, and it is also an upset. I think 16 Iowa State will beat 15 Texas 38-34. And we have yet another upset. Honestly, I think this one may surprise you. I think Cincinnati does it. I think 24 Cincinnati beats 11 UCF 28-27. Cincinnati's very, I wouldn't say underranked, but definitely undervalued. And UCF has virtually no defense. And Cincinnati is a fairly good team on both sides of the ball. 8 Washington State play Arizona. I think Washington State wins 24-17. Arizona State play Oregon. In a close one, I think Arizona State wins 24-21. Fresno State plays San Diego State. I think Fresno State wins 21-7. Hawaii will play UNLV. and I think Hawaii wins 24-3. Just some news in college football. Oregon is closing in on number 1 player of next year's class. Can't remember his first name, but his last name is Thibodeau. Thib, I guess it'd be Odeaux. Like Tom Thibodeau, the Wolves coach, but it has an X on the end. The number 2 running back next year's class, John Emery, signs with LSU after decommitting from Georgia a month ago. And here are some NFL games. This was this week's games. The Packers did indeed lose to the Seahawks 27-24 yesterday. The Titans play the Colts. I think the Colts win 24-20. The Buccaneers play the Giants, and I think the Buccaneers win 17-14. The Steelers play the Jaguars, and I think the Steelers win 31-17. The Panthers play the Lions. I think the Panthers win and get some redemption after their humiliating loss to the Steelers, in which they lost 50-21. I think they win 35-10. Falcons and Cowboys. I think the Falcons win 34-20. Ravens and Bengals. I think the Ravens win 21-20. Texans and Redskins. I think the Texans win 37-27. And this might be the worst game of the year. Some people have the Battle of the Bay as the worst game of the year, but I think the Raiders and Cardinals is this year's worst game. I think the Cardinals do win 14-3, though. Excuse me. The Chargers will play the Broncos. I think the Chargers win 45-20. The Eagles will play the Saints. I think the Saints will win 38-24. The Vikings play the Bears. I think the Bears win 21-14. And the Monday game is my game of the week. It'll be the Chiefs and Rams. And I think the Chiefs win 48-41 to hand the Rams their second loss of the season. Just some NFL news. This fact is really funny, actually. Heinz will offer Patrick Mahomes free ketchup for life if he throws a record 57 touchdowns or more this season. And Chargers defensive end Joey Bosa may play versus the Broncos, but he would be limited, excuse me. Of course, his younger brother Nick Bosa currently playing at is playing at Ohio State. He is currently the number 1 player coming out of college, or at least that's what he's projected to be in the draft. This has been Sports Central. Honestly, I've been running low on things to do. And I want to upload something every Sunday, but I don't really have any ideas. So if you all would let me know what you think or what you want to do. I tried to do a fan interactive thing, but I can't currently think of anything to do. Therefore, I want you all to suggest things in the comments of this video. I will definitely look at every single comment, and I'll see what I want to do. Okay, this has been Sports Central Podcast. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you all next time.